You're watching Journeys with Jake, the channel that serves as your guide and source of information for your own zoo and wildlife adventures. Hello and welcome to the Fort Worth Zoo. Today we are going to be doing a full tour and everything you need to know before you visit. The Fort Worth Zoo is currently home to 7,000 animals and 540 different species. The Fort Worth Zoo sits on 64 acres, although it surprisingly fits a lot into that space. Admission at the Fort Worth Zoo is, as far as I can say, about the same as your average American zoo. However, I do feel that it is an absolute steal for the quality habitats you're able to view in your experience. The zoo's hours are 10 a.m. through 5 p.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. through 6 p.m. on weekends. And on that note, I cannot implore you enough to get here at least half an hour before they open, because if you don't, then cars will have to go into overflow parking because their parking lot fills up fast. You can purchase your tickets either at the gate or online via the zoo's website, and I do recommend that you take the latter option as it allows you to skip the lines. Now with that all out of the way, let's begin the tour and my advised route that you take on your visit. Once you go through the main gate and go over the bridge that leads you into the zoo, you will be greeted by an aviary filled with flamingos, and directly across from them to the right is the World of Primates and Tropical Aviary, a circular loop that features apes, monkeys, bongos, and tropical birds. You will first encounter the Fort Worth Zoo's troop of gorillas, which live in a habitat that features 2 waterfalls and can be viewed from the entrance of World of Primates and at its outdoor exit. If you follow the path to the right at the entrance, then you will be temporarily invited to enter the indoor area. However, we are going to ignore this for now and continue down the path to view the bonobo habitat, which is connected via waterfall to the white-cheeked gibbon habitat. Both species of primate are simultaneously directly across from the bongos, which are currently being built a new home in the forests and jungles region. Further down the path from the bongos is the habitat for the mandrills. Slightly further past them is the habitat for the orangutans, which are also being built a new home in the forests and jungles of the world. From here is where I recommend that you finish the Primate Loop indoors. Take the doors at your right and you will be first greeted by signage that features primate skulls. From this point, you will be able to see the primate stay rooms in case they are not outside. The hot atrium at the center of the building is a tropical bird aviary. There's a wooden pathway that goes through it that leads to a treehouse, but it was closed during my visit. To the side of the aviary, you can find Columbus monkeys. Once you exit the building, you will be back where you started by the gorillas. From here, we will go up the street that goes along with the gorilla habitat until we reach the first habitat of the Predators of Asia and Africa section of the zoo. This habitat belongs to the zoo's lions. From here, you will pass by unique predator and prey signage and a bus that allows you to view the lions with an unobstructed view. Here we will meet a sort of cross-section of habitats, and although we are first invited to enter the Elephant Springs, we are going to continue to the African savanna to avoid backtracking. You will first enter the main plaza, which features a gift shop and a restaurant, and then you will be in an immediate view of the main savanna, which features animals like giraffes, ostriches, pelicans, and antelope. Down the path on the left and over a covered bridge, you will be in view of the meerkat yard. Take another left and you will be in view of the black rhinoceros yard, which is the first of 2 in the African savanna. Pass here and you will begin to enter more of a wooded area as you come into view of the Hippo River, which not only provides amazingly clear views of hippos, but also features thousands of African cichlids. From here, I advise you to turn the opposite way of the hippo viewing and go up the steps that are at the back of the viewing that will lead you to a viewing shelter which provides views of the waterfall section of the previously seen giraffe savanna and also serves as the place where I usually catch the pelicans. Back down at the hippo viewing and past signage that plays hippo noises, there is a hippo keeper chat hut where keepers educate the public about hippos and their care at the Fort Worth Zoo. Times for the hippo keeper chat are usually subject to change, and they are usually posted in front of the keeper chat hut. Although I like to come to this viewing shelter simply because it provides good views of the hippos whenever they swim to the back corner of the river that is not viewable from the main viewing. Directly next to the keeper chat hut is the second yard for the black rhinoceros, which has been renovated since my last visit. Slightly past them are two aviaries, one for flamingos and other for smaller birds, and past there we get another view of the open savanna. Here is also where you'll find the giraffe feeding, which costs $6 per feed and is always open during normal zoo hours. From here we will re-enter the African Plaza and exit Africa, where we will go into Elephant Springs, an area that is heavily themed after an Asian fishing village and provides homes for Asian elephants and Indian rhinos. The main viewing point for the elephants provides views of 2 yards disguised as one, separated by this large waterfall in the center. To the right of the main habitat viewing, there is another viewing of the right habitat, which I recommend that you go to because it gives good views of the elephants whenever they can't be seen behind the waterfall. Past this viewing is the area where the elephant demonstrations take place. Similarly to the hippo keeper chat, times are subject to change and are usually posted in front of the demonstration seating. To the left of the elephant main habitat viewing, you will go up the steps and into the rhino viewing, which provides viewings of the rhino's swimming area, which is connected by waterfall to the elephant's swimming area. From here, we enter a sort of mixing area in between attractions as the rhinos are still in view as you enter Predators of Asia and Africa. The first rhino habitat is directly across from an aviary for the Storm's stork, which sadly didn't cooperate during filming. Directly past them is the habitat for the clouded leopard, which also didn't show themselves during my visit. Continuing on, there is another aviary, which is followed by the second yard for the Indian rhino, which ends the Elephant Springs section as we now fully go into Predators of Asia and Africa. After you pass by even more aviaries, you will encounter the zoo's renovated Sumatran tiger habitat, which was made by combining 2 previous habitats and making them function as one. Further down the path from the Sumatran tigers is the habitat for the striped hyena, and from there we exit the Predators of Asia and enter Predators of Africa. You are first greeted by an aviary for the wattled crane, which then leads up to the cheetah habitat, in which you can still see remnants of the old cat grottos that Predators of Asia and Africa replaced. Past the cheetahs, you can see the waterfall that actually goes into the lion habitat on its other side. Past here is the viewing of the African painted dog habitat. Further down the path, you will meet the Fort Worth Zoo's pair of African leopards. And from the leopards is where we exit Predators of Asia and Africa. Once you leave here, you will have the option to go into another flamingo aviary, which also houses other African birds. Past the aviary is the Raptor Canyon, a row of several birds of prey like harpy eagles and king vultures, and some of which can fly right above your head. Further down the path and past Parrots on a Stick, you will enter the Australian Outback and Great Barrier Reef, which features an aquarium that used to be part of a koala enclosure and a yard for kangaroos. Also in the Australian section is the Tasman Tower, which costs $5 per person. Past the Australian Outback is the building for the penguins. Inside, you will encounter the zoo's colony of rockhopper penguins. Side note, if you are sensitive to smells, I would recommend going around the outside of this building and coming around to its exit, where you will still be able to see penguins, but these are African penguins, which were not present during my visit, and all I caught were waterfowl. Continuing down the path from the penguins is where you will enter Texas Wild, an area themed after Texas and focuses on its wildlife. In the main plaza, you will find a general store, restaurant, small museum, and many other things before going into view of the animals. Continue to the back of the plaza where you will come into view of the white-tailed deer habitat. Over the swinging bridge up ahead, which crosses over the swan habitat, you will enter the swamp-themed area. The first habitat here is for red wolves, which were unfortunately unpresent during my visit. To the left of them is the habitat for the snapping turtle and alligator, which are currently receiving habitat renovations. To the left of the alligators is the home for the river otters, which were sadly unpresent during my visit. To the left of the otters is the habitat for the black bear, which features a log that allows you to get face-to-face with the bears. Once you go outside of the swamp viewing shelter, you will come across the trumpeter swans again before entering the Gulf Coast, which features a small aquarium and aviary for spoonbills and pelicans. Past the Gulf Coast is an aviary for bald eagles, and slightly past the eagles is a set of habitats for the coyote and jaguar. The jaguar is getting a new habitat in the forests and jungles of the world. Past the jaguars is where you will enter the last stage of Texas Wild, which is the mountains and desert, which mainly features small terrariums for reptiles and a large aquarium for catfish and other river life. Once you exit the mountain and desert building, you will re-enter the Texas Wild Plaza, and you will leave and take the path on your right, which will lead you to the last attraction of the Fort Worth Zoo, MOLA, the Museum of Living Art, which features indoor habitats for animals like its Burmese pythons, king cobras, and young gharials, and outdoor attractions for its animals like saltwater crocodiles and gharials. Next to the gharials and saltwater crocodiles is the Crocodile Cafe, which allows you to view them while you eat. Once you exit MOLA, you will re-enter the main plaza and be offered the option to go to the splash pad, which was closed during my visit. Here is where you will recross the main bridge and exit the Fort Worth Zoo. And with that, our tour and my recommendations are complete. I greatly hope that this video helped you in your adventures in the Fort Worth Zoo. If you liked the video, I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel, as we are going to be doing more videos similar to this, as well as tours of individual habitats in zoos, videos about information on wildlife, and my experiences on viewing wildlife in its natural habitats. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.